I've been trying to find something quite light-hearted to discuss that's in the news at the minute. But across Europe, the news is just fucking grim. Mainland Europe, there's a massive rise in far-right groups, including in Germany, so we need to keep an eye on that. We don't want the crowds back up to their old fucking tricks. Beautiful, picturesque France, well, every weekend, most of that is on fire. And that's a bizarre thing about the French. If one German walked across the border with an air pistol, the whole fucking country surrenders. But when it comes to smashing it up themselves, there's no one better. The French fucking love a riot. Here in the UK, it's the endless fucking pantomime that is Brexit, except pantomimes are fun. And I'm at the point now where I don't care what happens anymore. I don't care if we leave the EU or stay in or get some Norway Plus deal. Just fucking sort it out and tell us what's going on. But the MPs can't because they don't know. And this means that now the police are having to take extra steps because MPs are being hassled in the street. And I'll say something unpopular, but that's fucking out of order. Because although they're making a right mess of it, they're still just doing their job. I couldn't do any better. I mean, you'll often meet people who go, oh, fucking politicians, I could run the country better than this. And that's usually a bloke who's pissed out of his head at 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. But I guarantee, if by some miracle I became Prime Minister, I would really fuck it up. If I was elected today, tonight I would spend the night celebrating, and tomorrow I'd be giving a very awkward press conference with a hangover trying to explain why I've accidentally nuked Guernsey. Fucking tax haven, they've got it coming to them. But although I couldn't run this country, I'm fairly certain I could run the USA better than it is at the moment, because apparently no one's fucking running it. The government is partially closed down. Forgive me if I get this wrong, because I don't know much about US politics. But in order to get the government up and running again, President Trump would have to sign off a load of documents, and he won't do that until he's given the $4.5 billion he wants to build his wall. Now, I know the wall across Mexico was a big part of his campaign, and I'm not judging anyone who voted in favour of it. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. Didn't President Trump say they were going to build the wall and the Mexicans were going to pay for it? Whereas now he's demanding $4.5 billion from the American taxpayers to build this wall and holding the fucking country to ransom. Because tomorrow, which is Friday, if it hasn't been sorted out, 800,000 hard-working Americans are not going to get paid. And that means then they won't go and spend the money in their local store, in their local community. In fact, if they've got less money, they'll probably have to spend it on cheap Chinese imports. And I found out today as well, apparently this wall, if it's built, is going to be metal. Now, I don't know what the crime rate is like in the USA, but I guarantee if you built something like that in the UK, the fucker would get nicked overnight. And here's the weirdest twist of the whole story. An American friend of mine, Ben, sent me a link to an article that says that one of the bills that hasn't been paid is to the company that supplies the water to the White House. And they are now considering turning off the water supply. So Donald Trump, leader of the most powerful nation on earth, won't have running fucking water. If this carries on in a few years, I'm going to move to Syria for a better fucking life.